All right, so reset. Make sure this works. We're going exo, 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 exo. Perfect. Now we have to work on the next part of our puzzle. So we have the buttons swapping. We now have to check when we have a winner. Now there's a couple of different ways we can do this. Let's make my canvas a little bit bigger so we have some room over here. And get rid of some of this. All right. So we know there are 9 spots on the board, but there are actually only 8 ways to win. And that is by getting 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 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 and then the diagonals. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you get 3 in any of those rows, that is a win for you. Let's just write that down. 8 ways to win. That is 3 horizontal, 3 vertical, meaning up and down, horizontal is left and right, and then 2 diagonal. That's the X pattern. I think we're going to use this to our advantage and check each of those 8 ways to win. So we have 2 turns here. We have turn 1 and turn -1. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to count using those turns. So if it might be easier if I just show you actually. So we're going to go into variables, and I'm going to make a new variable for each of those ways to win. So I'm going to make diagonal 1, diagonal 2, diagonal 3. I'm going to make vertical 1, vertical 2, and vertical 3. Then I'm going to make horizontal 1, oops, horizontal 1, horizontal 2, and horizontal 3. And I think I actually put in one too many diagonals here, yeah. So we just have diagonal 1, 2, horizontal 1, 2, 3, and vertical 1, 2, 3. Now let's make all of those invisible so they don't clog up the screen there. And then I want to set each of those to 0 when we restart. So that's going to be D1, D2, H1, 2, 3, and then V1, 2, and 3. Okay. Next big thing is we are going to do a message. When I receive a message, let's create a new message here, and we're going to call it check winner. So after every time a player places down their mark, we're going to check to make sure that no one has won yet. All right. Yeah, okay. So now let's pull out an if statement, and we are going to build one of those checks. So in operators, let's pull out 2 of these equal signs and one of these ors. So we are going to say, we're going to check if d1 is equal to 3, or if d1 is equal to -3. And when that happens, the game is won. New message, game won. So let's copy paste a couple of these. We need 8 in total. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be for each of those possible winning spots. Diagonal 1, diagonal 2, horizontal 1, horizontal 2, horizontal 3, vertical 1, vertical 2, and vertical 3. And let's just get rid of these extra bits here. I think I can just click and delete them actually. Perfect. Okay. And then in each of these buttons, we are going to change something. Actually, we're going to put this down here. So button 1 is in the top left, meaning it's part of horizontal 1, vertical 1, and diagonal 1. We're going to change, what did I say? Horizontal 1, vertical 1, and diagonal 1 by the turn. So let's say this goes x, x, x. This will add 1 to horizontal 1. This will add 1 to horizontal 1. And this will add 1 to horizontal 1, making horizontal 1 equal to 3. And then when we check the winner, horizontal 1 equal to 3, the game is won. Awesome. I think that'll work. And let's just get rid of these bits here. And then we actually have to call that by broadcasting that message that we made. Broadcast check winner. So now we have to do something similar for each of these buttons. Let's do the first 2 together, and then I will skip through the rest of them. It shouldn't be too difficult. All right, so we're going to change here. Button 2 is part of horizontal 1, vertical 2. So we're just going to need these. Horizontal 1, vertical 2. And change those by the turn. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of these and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I have all of these in place now. There's just one last thing I have to do here. And that is, back in our backdrop, we need to decide what's happening when the game is won. So back to our looks here, we have to either show up a box that says X wins or O wins. Let's go into sprites and create a new sprite. And I think I'm just going to create this out of our letters here. So I'm going to need X, W, nope, search, I, N, and S. Then let's create a box. This one we're going to make white, completely white. Make it fill up the whole screen. I'm going to go copy this. Copy this. X. Wins. Then I can get rid of these. And we need one more. And that is for the O wins. And I'm going to copy all of this, paste this into here. Ooh, I actually just deleted that O. That was kind of silly of me. I still need that. Get that O back. And put that into here. We're also going to make another blank one. Put that at the top. We'll call this blank. We'll call this X wins, and we'll call this O wins. Perfect. Back into the code for this. We're going to pull out our when flag is clicked to reset it, and also when I receive a games won message. So when flag is clicked, we need to reset it back to blank. We're going to say switch costume to blank. Then when I receive the game has been won, we need to control it and ask ourselves, okay, whose turn it is, because whoever's turn it was last should be the winner. In operators, we're going to check once again if it is X turn, and if it's not, we can assume it is O turn. Which also means I can use that if-else statement instead of just the if statement. So if it's X turn, we are going to change it to X wins, and if not, O wins. All right, so let's see if this works. X, O, X, O, X. Oh, that's backwards. Okay, so this one needs to be O wins, this one needs to be X wins. So let's try that again. X, O, X, O, X. X wins. Let's test the diagonal. X, O, X, O, X. X wins. Let's test the other diagonal, but this time with O's. X, O, X, O. O wins. Perfect. And one last time, let's test the bottom row. That was not right. Let's see if there's something we are not resetting properly. Okay, so I turned on all of my variables to dissect this, and it looks like when I put an X into here, I'm accidentally changing the horizontal 2 by 2. So I went and checked out the code, and it looks like I did make a mistake here. This is supposed to be horizontal 2 and vertical 2. Let's try this again. They're next there, and we're making a -1 into vertical 2, that's this one, and horizontal 2, which is this one, as well as both the diagonals. That's exactly what's supposed to happen now. Let's see if I can now make what I was trying to do earlier. Yep, perfect. That's why it's always important to test your code. But there's actually one last thing we need to do. And I think you might know what it is. That's this case. Okay, let me turn off all those variables so you can see a little bit better. That is where we have all of the squares filled and no one has won. We have to make a case for where no one's won. So back into our backdrop here. Maybe we will check to see if we have well, I was going to say check to see if we have maxed out all of these, but that won't work at all because these will be in between 3 and -3. Maybe what we'll do is we'll make a turn counter because we can only have up to 9 turns. Let's make a quick variable. I'll call it turn counter. We want to reset it at the start. Just like all of our other stuff, set turn counter to 0. And then when any one of these are clicked, we want to change turn counter by 1. And we probably want to do that before we check the winner. Change turn counter by 1. Perfect. And let's take that out a quick second, copy it, and then we can throw that quickly into each of our buttons here. Oops. Not this one. Okay, and then we want to say down here, controls, if operators, pull out our equal sign. If turn counter is equal to 9, then we want to broadcast a message to our other sprite here and say that no one has won the game. And broadcast is in events. Broadcast new message, no winner. Sprite 2. When I receive no winner, let's make a new costume for this guy as well, for our no winner. I'll just copy paste this one to a new sprite. Get rid of this. Oops. Kind of in the way, huh? Put this in the middle. This can go down here. And we can type out no. No winner. There we go. We'll call this no win. After the code, and in our looks, we want to change the costume to no win. All right. XO. There we go. No win. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. My name was Adam, and I look forward to seeing you in our next installment.